Hey guys, another little quick look at here. I was out shooting this morning and I had my para out, my Gun Rights model, 1911. I just thought I'd give you guys a quick look at it here. I shoot this. I used to shoot this in competition a lot a couple years ago when I first got it. I've had this gun for a couple years, and I shot it a lot in competition. I'm back and forth between this one and the Kimber. This one I liked a little bit better in the colder weather. I can go into a little bit of detail about that. But I really like this model. It's real eye appealing. I mean, you know, you got the stainless steel deal, really nice looking polish there. Everything's stainless. It's got a match grade, you know, ramped stainless steel barrel. Comes with fiber optic sights. You know, it does come with the para, gives you these 8-round mags, and these go in that box called other mag boxes, because I only use Chip McCormick mags, but that's beside the point. But it's a nice gun, really is very nice. As you can see here, these grips did not come on this. These grips I bought from Brownells. They're G10 grips. I like them a lot, and I really like the recess there going down to the mag release. That makes a big difference, especially in competition. You can get down to that mag release a lot quicker. But this gun is just really nice. You know, it's got a full-length guide rod, great barrel system, and I was telling you guys it's got the fiber optic sights. You guys can see that, and it's got a typical, almost like a Novak style sight in the rear. I don't believe they're Novak. I don't know what they are. I don't think they actually say, but it's a decent sighting system, very quick, especially in the daytime with that fiber optic front. That is a very quick sighting system. You can pick that up. I mean, it just jumps out at you. So if you guys ever had a chance to shoot a pistol with fiber optic sights, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, definitely shoot one once, and you'll see how quick you can acquire those sights. Now, one thing I love about this is this gun, I can put this up there with some of my Kimbers, even my Ed Brown. I mean, it cost half of what those guns cost. Yes, this gun isn't very expensive gun. I wouldn't say maybe not half, but it's definitely not the most expensive 1911 you could get, and it's not the cheapest. But what you get is 10 times better than what you're going to get on some of the others. I mean, you got the nice beaver tail. You got a nice competition style safety, a little bit extended on the slide stop, and then of course it's got a competition trigger, and this trigger breaks. I mean, this trigger is just, it's phenomenal. I mean, this trigger just is just so, it's crisp. It is definitely like breaking glass. Kind of reminds me of the Kimbers, but it is a shorter style trigger there. That trigger is a little bit shorter. My Kimbers probably comes out another 1/16 of an inch. And like I said, this is really good. Don't get me wrong. It's perfect for, I don't have real big hands or small hands, or kind of in between. So it works well with me, and I like it a lot. And, it just got to get used to the trigger that you have on your gun. Every gun's going to be different when it comes to the trigger, unless you're buying the same gun or you're making the same gun and you're putting the same trigger in every one of them. But definitely like it. It is the PXT model, Gun Rights, stainless steel. I'll put the code and everything up in the box so you guys can see it. But an all-around well gun. I didn't like the wood grips, so I did change those. That was the only thing. And the only thing else is there is no checkering on the front. So every now and then, if it's going to be really hot and humid and I'm shooting in a comp, I will put some skateboard tape up there. Sometimes. Right now I don't have any on there. I was just shooting for fun this morning, so that was no big deal. Just an all-around beautiful gun. Very deep, wide serrations in the back. None in the front. I'm not necessarily saying you need to have that in a competition gun. We're always reaching back here anyway. So it's not a combat gun. Now this thing is a full-size 1911. It's a 5-inch barrel, You know, this thing weighs in. This thing isn't light. You know, in today's world, you know, this thing is 37 ounces unloaded. So, you know, it's a heavy gun. I mean, it's a 5-inch full-size 1911. So you guys got to bear that in mind. If you could find one of these, definitely pick it up. I don't know if you guys ever seen that video on YouTube where Todd Jarrett is shooting 1,000 rounds in like 10 minutes. It's the same model gun. I don't think it was called the Gun Rights, but it is a PXT stainless steel gun that he is using in that video, which is basically what this is. And I found this at one of the big box sporting goods stores a couple years ago. The price was right. I had to pick it up. I mean, I'm a 1911 guy to begin with, so having another 1911 in the corral isn't going to hurt my feelings at all. It's a beautiful gun. You know, I mean, it's got some holster wear and everything because I use my guns. I don't put them in a display case, so yeah, it's got some minor little nicks and everything in it. And another good thing, I forgot to point that out, is it's polished on the side, as you can see, but on the top, they leave it matte, so it doesn't affect when you're aiming. You know, you get some guns and they just polish the hell out of them, and you get that reflection out in the sun. It drives you nuts. So they knew what they were doing here. It's matte up here, as you can see in the light, and when I flip it over, you can see how shiny that part is, but up top it's nice and matte. And I was already talking about, it's got the nice beaver tail in the back. It's also got, you know, basically the commander style hammer, lightweight, very nice. And they also have in this gun, and I think they're putting them in almost all the paras now, I'm not 100% sure, I'd have to go on their website. They call it the power extractor. I don't know why it's a power extractor versus anybody else's extractor. I haven't really got into it. I haven't had any issues out of this gun when it comes to extraction. I haven't had any issues out of any of my top, you know, name guns. I got a couple cheap ones that have some issues, but that's because it's a cheap gun. But no issues out of this thing. I like it. Like I said, competition trigger, it's already set, it's very crisp, very clean breaking, and that's half the battle in competition, is getting a trigger that you like. You can have the most expensive gun in the world, and if it's got a crappy trigger on it, I don't want nothing to do with it. You can give me a middle range gun like this. I call this in the middle. You give me a trigger like that, oh my god, I feel like I'm holding a $1,400 gun in my hand, and I'm not. That trigger is just so crisp. I mean, it's just, it's awesome. It really is a great trigger. So, like I said, it's a beautiful gun. I had it out, I was cleaning it up, we were shooting it, we shot a bunch of rounds through it, I think about 500-600 rounds through it. So, I think this was in one of my other videos, a Militech or something, some oil video that I did or something. But I don't think I actually told anybody what it was. But, like I said, nice gun. If you guys can find one of these or find one of the PXT models, para, very, very good. Very good. They've been around for years, for a long time. A lot longer than some of you guys even been alive. And I told you guys about the ramped barrel. Now that ramped barrel, I definitely don't know if you can see down in there, but it's not your typical barrel. It's the barrel and the ramp are all one piece in this. Not like some of the older style 1911s where the ramp's actually made into the receiver. It's an actual match grade ramped barrel. So this thing can feed anything. Hollow point, you know, round nose. I've fired hundreds and hundreds of hollow points through this. Tons of semi-wad cutters, plated, lead, even my coated ones from Precision. And this thing eats them all up. It really does a good job. The only thing, I didn't like the grips, so I got rid of the grips. I needed a little bit more aggressive grip surface, especially for competition. And, you know, I've never shot this mag. I don't know if it works or not. I have so many Chip McCormick mags that I throw it in the other box. So anyway, this thing's real accurate. It's as accurate as, you know, the shooter's going to be. That's for damn sure. And it's top notch. You know, 5-inch, full size. It is heavy, but you know, when you grow up shooting these things, and it's no big deal to me. I mean, I can handle the weight. Yeah, I mean, I don't carry one of these all the time. Sometimes in the winter I will carry a full size. I don't carry this one. This one's more for competition.